Mutant Ninja Turtles Splintered Fate was initially released as an Apple Arcade exclusive, so not a lot of us played it. However, now that it's on more platforms, I took it as a sign that it is time for me to play this game and see what it's all about. And with that said, while it may not redefine what a TMNT game could be, it does bring a surprisingly engaging roguelike experience to the table, especially if you got a few co-op buddies ready to jump in with you. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Splintered Fate opens up kinda quickly. The game throws you into the action fast, which is perfect for the likely hyper group of young gamers jumping off of Fortnite for a second to play something new. I guess that's the dream, right? Well, anyway, Splinter's been kidnapped, portals are popping up all over New York, and the Turtles waste no time jumping in to figure out what is causing this. The story framework is kind of thin, but effective, keeping things moving while sprinkling in references across every era of TMNT. They reference a lot from even the Mirage comics or the 2012 animated series. Further, April and Metalhead, along with Casey Jones, holds down the hub. Dialogue is structured similarly to that of Hades, where every run, win, or lose unlocks new bits of conversation. While I wouldn't say it's as deep as Supergiant's writing, it's effective and light enough not to bog down the action. Even in co-op, it rarely overstays its welcome, and I had a great time reading all the characters and catching up with them through these scenarios. Each turtle plays differently, and the game gives you enough tools to actually care about those differences, where Leonardo is a balanced all-rounder, Raphael hits like a truck, Donatello offers a bit of range and healing, and Michelangelo shreds enemies with high-speed multi-attacks. The base moveset is simple, combos, specials, dodges, and swappable tools, but the builds evolved quickly as you pick up elemental perks mid-run. There's a familiar roguelike structure here, and you'll see it right in the beginning, but there are some unique systems. Perks belong to elemental types that synergize into stronger effects. Fire and Ooze burn and poison, Astral boosts crits, Shadow slows, smart combinations unlock legendary effects, and the game goes a step further with long-term customization like inspirations allowing character-specific passives, artifacts that carry over buffs, and tools that are special abilities like shurikens or meteor strikes. While there are some RNG elements, you can steer builds based on preference, making every turtle feel viable to choose if someone picked your favorite character. Combat was fun even after a few runs, thanks to the builds that can feel genuinely overpowered in a way that still makes the game fun. I believe one of the best things going for this roguelike is the co-op options. Splinter Fate supports up to 4 players both locally and online. There isn't any friendly fire, loot sharing is nice to have along with each character retaining their own bolt currency, and revive mechanics keep things moving on naturally, with character revives happening when a room is cleared. When you've got full team, the difficulty scales accordingly, enemies get tougher, and the screen can get pretty chaotic. That said, with a bit of coordination, it's easy to divvy up roles and handle the visual noise. Clearing rooms earns 2 types of currency, Dragon Coins for character upgrades and Dreamer Coins for artifacts and meta tweaks. The early game keeps things moving pretty quickly, but by the time you're already multiple clears deep, the cost of upgrade spikes and the pace slows down considerably. Those looking to complete the game won't need to fully max out their stat grid, but completionists chasing prestige runs or higher difficulty challenges will need to put in the time. There's a decent amount of endgame content in the base game, but I believe the DLCs that I played in this version extend the story campaign. Network performance on PS5 is mostly solid, though there was some animation glitches here and there. They were rare and not enough to take away from the gameplay. Still, particle-heavy movement can cause some frame dips, especially during some boss fights. The UI is nice, but sometimes text overlaps of character interaction prompts remain even though the characters have nothing to say. Further, enemy armor can be difficult to discern visually, especially when the camera is zoomed out and everyone is swinging wildly. Also, there's some repetition in room layouts. The 4 biomes don't offer a ton of variety, so you'll see the same environments and set pieces pretty quickly. Build variety offsets the repetition to some degree, but more stage templates would have been nice to see. Moving on, Splintered Fate has some decent options for accessibility. I found it to be one of the more forgiving roguelikes that I've played, with readable attack patterns, generous health drops, and enough flexibility to let less experienced players contribute without getting frustrated. Meanwhile, veteran players can turn up the challenge and get into some of the more advanced character builds. It's honestly a rare roguelike that can accommodate both a kid learning the ropes and a seasoned speedrunner. That range makes it a great fit for families or friend groups with varied experience levels. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Splintered Fate isn't going to be that definitive TMNT game, but it's far better than a mobile port has any right to be. The combat is fun, the character customization runs deep enough to keep things interesting, and the love for the source material shows in smart, subtle ways. Its mobile origins peek through in the few rough edges, and the grind-heavy back half won't be for everyone, but if you're looking for a solid co-op roguelike with turtle flair, this game definitely delivers. Noisy Pixel is giving Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Splintered Fate an 8 out of 10. Thanks for watching. Noisy Pixel is run by a group of gamers providing independent gaming coverage through news, reviews, previews, and more. Check out our Patreon to help support our continued growth, and subscribe to keep up with all our future content.
Noisy Pixel.